Let's turn, if we can, to the southern part of the state, because there's an interesting issue that's brewing here currently that I'd like your comment on. So there's something of an insurrection going on right now in Orange County that I'm sure many of our viewers are familiar with. The OC and the town of Los Alamitos is fighting to overturn California's status as a sanctuary state. So the question is, do they have a case down there? And the question that some constituents might ask is, well, why should people in Los Alamitos or other parts of the OC be unable to break away from state law of California, when California itself is breaking away, in a certain sense, from federal law on the issue of immigration reform? What would your thoughts be on that?
You know, I was a political science instructor and then a professor at Mills College, and I'm very familiar with the state constitution and with the national constitution. The federal constitution has the 10th Amendment, which was waived in the faces of a lot of this country for many years. The 10th Amendment was the thing that the South hid behind in order to justify racial discrimination. They said it was their right to state, because the 10th Amendment says, powers not given to the federal government nor denied to the states shall belong to the states and to the people. So it's ironic now that Jeff Sessions from Alabama doesn't like us thinking about states' rights, but it's time for us to look to the 10th Amendment and to say the state has a right to protect the people that live here. There are always going to be people that disagree with some aspect of public policy, but when public policy changes and the law changes and the majority rules, we have to learn to have some nimbleness about getting along with it. For some years, we tried prohibiting people from drinking. They had been allowed to drink, and then we stopped that. And we noticed that it was really a disaster. It caused a lot of people to get arrested. A lot of people drank behind other people's backs, and they made their own liquor, and they continued to drink. And so finally we legalized drinking again. And, I think each state can decide if they want to be a dry state or not. There are still states where you can't buy alcohol, at least in part of the state. Kentucky is one. So I think it's important that everybody have a chance to have freedom of speech. But if the majority of people in California want to protect the dreamers who are here, our DACA Californians who are playing by the rules and paying their taxes, then we ought to be entitled to protect them. It's far more noble than using the Constitution to discriminate against people who happen to be African American.
And this issue that we're talking about here really kind of brings to the surface the understanding that California is a fractious state. I mean, there's a lot of very divergent interests here. Certainly you always call California a very blue state, but certainly there's pieces of California that are extremely red. I mean, right up here, we're in a very much of a red district. So, bringing those people together and finding a way to coordinate the various interests and opinions and perspectives of various people in this very fractious, very diverse state is a challenge for a governor. So how do you think about that and contemplate those activities as potentially a governor coming into office?
I think you try to be respectful of everyone and try to bring everyone together. I think California has been a trendsetter, and yet we've gone through periods of time where we were discriminatory. We had cities that had covenant deed restrictions that you couldn't sell your property to African American families. You know that, I hope. It happened all over the state. And that was in the 50s and 60s. So, we've had our own difficult moments. But overall, even though life is 2 steps forward and 1 step back, overall, California has been making progress, I think, toward ethical, just behavior toward all of our people. So Betsy DeVos doesn't seem to care about special education. She says every district should decide. But it's the law that we will take care of all of the special needs children. And it just so happens we've had quite an increase in the number of autistic children. But guess what? Many of those children grow up to make a contribution. Some of them become fabulous programmers for computer companies. Their style is different. Their style of learning, their approach to life is different. But if we give them a great education and an opportunity for a future, they can make a contribution too. And so I think we have to be, the whole point of being California is to be open-minded and to be at the cutting edge of the future. There's a jingle I like. So sing, my friends, be blithe, be gay, or weep, my friends, with sorrow. What California is today, the rest will be tomorrow. I think we have been a trendsetter, and I hope we continue to set good trends.